Rush's long-awaited reunion tour was meant to be a triumphant celebration. After more than a decade away from the road, fans across the world were finally preparing to witness one of progressive rock's most influential bands perform together once again. Yet only days into the tour, the celebrations were overshadowed by a series of unexpected setbacks. The first blow came when the band's return to Fort Worth had to be postponed because of travel restrictions affecting the tour's schedule. Before the situation had a chance to settle, more disappointing news followed. Bassist and lead vocalist Geddy Lee was diagnosed with both laryngitis and bronchitis, leaving him unable to perform at the standard Rush have always demanded of themselves. In a heartfelt statement, the band apologized to their fans, acknowledging that many had booked flights, hotels, and made extensive travel arrangements months in advance. "This is incredibly disappointing for all of us," the band said. "After more than 50 years of touring, we've always believed that if we're going to step onto a stage, our audience deserves the very best performance we can give. Right now, we're simply not able to deliver that." For Rush, cancelling or postponing concerts has never been an easy decision. Throughout their remarkable career, the Canadian trio earned a reputation as one of the most dependable live acts in rock music. Their professionalism and commitment to their fans became as legendary as their musicianship. However, this is not the first time circumstances beyond their control have forced them off the road. To find a similar chapter, we have to travel back to 1979, during the band's acclaimed Hemispheres tour. At the time, Rush were rapidly becoming one of the biggest attractions in rock. The success of Hemispheres had elevated the band to new heights, with audiences growing larger and their reputation as a phenomenal live act spreading throughout Europe and North America. Then disaster struck. Guitarist Alex Lifeson fractured the ring finger on his fretting hand, arguably the most important hand for any guitarist. For most musicians, a broken finger would be inconvenient. For Alex Lifeson, whose intricate playing style formed the backbone of Rush's complex compositions, it threatened to derail the entire tour. As a result, 3 European concerts had to be cancelled. Ironically, the problems had begun even earlier. The opening concert in Paris was abandoned after the venue caught fire shortly before the performance, forcing the band to alter their touring plans and continue via Belgium. Unfortunately, worse was still to come. When questioned about how he had injured his finger, Lifeson offered only a brief explanation. "I was foolish and I hit it." His short answer only fueled further speculation. Soon afterwards, the band's press manager shared a far more colourful version of events, claiming that Lifeson had trapped his finger between the mattress and the bed frame while spending time alone with his wife in a hotel room. Whether the story was entirely true or simply part of rock folklore has never been confirmed. Decades later, fans still debate what really happened. Whatever the cause, the cancelled concerts gave Lifeson valuable time to recover before one of the biggest performances of Rush's career, the prestigious Pinkpop festival in the Netherlands. Rush found themselves sharing the bill with an extraordinary lineup that included The Police, Dire Straits, Elvis Costello, Peter Tosh, and Average White Band, performing before an audience of around 50,000 people. Many wondered whether Lifeson would even be capable of playing at full strength. The answer came almost immediately. Despite the heavy bandages wrapped around his left hand, Lifeson delivered an astonishing performance. During the band's breathtaking rendition of La Villa Strangiato, widely regarded as one of the most technically demanding pieces in Rush's catalogue, there was little indication that he was performing through pain. His playing was so remarkable that the performance was later considered worthy of inclusion on a live album. Before launching into the song, Geddy Lee couldn't resist drawing the audience's attention to Lifeson's heavily bandaged hand. "This finger cancelled 3 shows on this tour," he joked, prompting laughter from thousands of fans. Behind the humour, however, was a serious injury. Leifson had undergone a medical procedure to prevent a condition known as mallet finger, an injury affecting the extensor tendon that causes the fingertip to droop and lose its normal movement. Yet Pinkpop still had one more challenge in store for the band. As Geddy Lee later recalled, one of Rush's road crew members mistakenly assumed the ground behind a concrete wall was level. Instead, he fell nearly 30 feet down a hidden staircase, breaking both feet and requiring immediate hospital treatment. Rush were forced to perform that evening without one of their crew members, creating additional pressure behind the scenes during an already difficult performance. Despite everything, the cancelled concerts, the broken finger, the venue fire, and the backstage accident, Pinkpop became one of the defining concerts of Rush's classic era. Today, it remains one of the band's most celebrated live performances, admired by fans for both its musical brilliance and the extraordinary circumstances under which it took place. Leifson has continued to demonstrate that same determination throughout his career. For more than 2 decades, he has lived with psoriatic arthritis, an autoimmune condition that causes chronic pain, inflammation, and stiffness in the joints. He has often explained that if fans notice him shaking or stretching his hands during concerts, it isn't part of the performance. It's simply how he manages the pain while continuing to play at the highest level. Now, nearly 5 decades after that unforgettable incident, Rush once again find themselves facing an unexpected interruption, this time because of Geddy Lee's illness. Although disappointing, the postponements reflect the same values that have defined the band for over half a century. Rush have never been willing to compromise the quality of their performances. Their fans may have to wait a little longer, but history has shown that this is a band capable of overcoming almost any obstacle. They have survived venue fires, serious injuries, backstage accidents, and ongoing health challenges, yet they have always found a way back onto the stage. Perhaps that resilience is one of the greatest reasons why Rush remain one of the most respected and enduring live bands in the history of rock music.